I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Hey, Shamitra. Patiently and happily awaiting. I woke up thinking, I hope Zainab shows were wonderful in DC. Now get out fast, sis. DC was great. DC is always great, and I'll be very honest with y'all. Dang, I got the water. I gotta get ready because I'm in New York now, and I gotta be out. So I need to just spruce myself up a bit. So we'll do that as we talk about what's happening in DC. So sorry if this water is really loud. It won't be on for long. I've been up since like 5 o'clock this morning. And I went to sleep at like 3 o'clock this morning. So I'm working on for 2 hours of sleep. I'm in my hotel. Shit. Y'all ever like cut under your nail and you don't realize how it happens? I imagine this happens to a lot of women. I don't know about men. I always be wondering if it got something to do with like the gel polish and the acrylics and the overlays and all of that stuff that we use. I'm like, why does under my nail feel like it's separating from? Anyway, um, DC was great. I saw a lot of MAGA hats. That's what I was telling my audience. I was like, I did not know MAGA hats came in different colors. I thought you could only get a Make America Great Again hat in red. But I saw navy blue, I saw gray, I saw black, and it's like black on black, gray on gray. So meaning like you can't even really see the letters. Like I had to look close. Like I was looking at one guy, I was like, oh, he looked cool. Then I looked closer. I said, oh, okay. I didn't even know it could be like that. But yeah, the shows were a lot of fun. The shows were a lot of fun. Every show, whenever I perform like a weekend somewhere and I do like 4, 5, 6 shows, it's interesting how every show is different for whatever reason. And not in just the way I deliver the material, but like the audience is drastically different. Thursday was great. Friday early show, superb. Friday late show, drunk Somali woman. Let me tell y'all, I was surprised. I didn't know that you could, not drunk Somali woman, drunk Muslim Somali woman. I didn't even know that was possible. I be giving the Muslims too much credit. I did fall down drunk. I ain't making fun of her because like that's like not a good situation. But I did not even know that was possible. I did not even know that was. I was shocked. She could not by herself. She could not. Anytime somebody let her go, she fell to the ground. But the whole show was yelling out, "Mashallah, mashallah." I didn't even know that was possible. Did not even know. So they were good. Okay, let me talk to you guys as people. We're gonna talk about this inauguration. That's what we here talking about today. I hope y'all enjoyed last week's episode of I'm Reasonable. I got defeated. At the top of the episode, I started thinking about them fires and just the world, and I just got defeated. I said, let me get up out of here. Um, but today we're going to talk about all these inauguration performances. Um, hey, Sadiqa. Hey, Tay. Do I say Ayan Hassan? Let me. So that was the late show Friday, the late show Saturday night. Ayan, I hope I'm saying that right. Ayo and Assalamu alaikum. Isaac. I Here's the thing. Whenever people are acting like out of character, like misbehaving at a show, I immediately assume that they're drunk. Cause like nothing about my reputation or my stand up promotes people misbehaving, right? What we be talking about, being reasonable in every situation, right? So if anytime somebody is being unreasonable in whatever way at a show, I'm like, oh, they must be drunk because they're not aware of their negative contribution to the show. But because from the moment I walked out on stage, she kept saying, screaming, Mashallah, Mashallah. You know, if you ever even go to Juma, if you ever even go to the masjid, we don't just be all throughout the hutbah. We don't be like, Mashallah, Mashallah, right? I'll never forget. So I grew up in a masjid in Harlem, and that's the masjid. I used to go to the masjid in Brooklyn when we lived in Brooklyn for a short time. Then I moved to Harlem for the bulk of my upbringing, and I used to go to the masjid on 116th and Lenox Avenue, right? And there was, as a kid, I don't remember this happening, but then my sister and I, my older sister and I, we started going to that masjid when I was in college, like by ourselves, without our parents telling us, it's just every Friday. I scheduled my classes around it. That is where my sister, we would be at Juma, right? And it was always this man screaming. Always this man in the front screaming, Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! And let me just tell you, I know people be catching like the Holy Ghost in church and stuff like that. The temperament and the, what is it? I don't want to say decorum, but the behavior in a mosque, in a masjid, is very different than like in any church I ever been in. Maybe not a Catholic, you know, like it ain't really no yelling. It's a call and response sometimes. Sometimes the imam will be like takbir, and then you know what I'm saying, sometimes, but all throughout the service, it's not like you're not screaming and praising, and you know what I'm saying. That's just not really the culture of the worship, you know. But this guy, he used to be like, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. One day the imam was like, okay, brother, we don't do that here. Now get it together. For months, I used to be dying laughing. I used to tell my sister, like, yo, you think the man gonna be yelling today? I gotta brush my teeth, you guys. And we would go, of course we would go to pray and, you know, because you go to Juma, but I would be going because I used to find that funny. Like as a teenager, 19 years, 18, 19, 20 years old, I used to find it so funny. Anywho, so at my show, she's yelling, Mashallah, Mashallah. And here's how I know that she was being, she wanted attention. It wasn't like, oh, she just loved me so much. I'm sure she did love me. And I'm sure she was hoping to have my undivided attention, but that's crazy because it's 200 and something there's 215 other people in the room. How could you get my undivided attention? Only person that got everybody's undivided attention in the room is me, right? So she yelling mashallah, but she not yelling it like in lieu of laughter. She not yelling it like when everybody else is also being audible. She's waiting until every quiet moment. So she messing up my punchline. She messing up the show for everybody else, mashallah. And if she was not saying mashallah, I would have been like, oh, you drunk. But because she was saying mashallah, I'm like, there's no way this lady's drunk. Because we don't do that, right? On the floor. Club could not close down. Waiter and security took them 30, 40 minutes to get her in the Uber. And her sister was nice, and the friend that was with him was nice, and they were apologetic and like, I'm so sorry, and you know, whatever. And I tried to help it along, like, I'll walk you out, you know, like, let's hurry this up, I'll walk you out. She was grabbing me, like putting her nails into me. She ain't realize it. That's how drunk she was. I said, she was like, you don't want me to touch you? And I'm just looking like, not the Somali Muslim. I ain't say stuff a lot though, because you know, no need to add insult to injury, right? But that show was very different. That show was very different than the show before that. The show Friday early show was perfection. Perfection. And then last night, Saturday, both shows were wonderful. There was like a little nasty attitude woman. The second show, it's always the late shows. It's always the late night guests. That's why I be trying to tell y'all to buy the tickets early. Because if you wait, if you ever look, it's the late shows that always sell out last. Because the people who buy the early show tickets, they plan ahead. So they know what they doing. They got their life. They schedule their life. The people who come to the late show, unless it's just like a job related thing or just like a schedule thing, like this is the time that we can make it. This is the time I get off of work, or this is the only time the babysitter is available, whatever, right? Or we going to see you, then we going to the club, we going to turn up, stuff like that. But if it's just about mismanagement of your time and planning, them the people to be at the show acting a fool, giving me a problem. So there was kind of like a kind of nasty attitude woman at the second show Saturday, but the audience let her know she was being nasty, and she tried to be nasty to the audience. It was funny. I try to keep the mood light and funny. You know, I try to keep us all like harmonious. Um, so it was good. Anyway, thank you for asking. The shows were really really good. Um, uh, Remember me? You took me on a date and I ruined you, and you ruined my sweat. I don't know you, Johnny. I'm so sorry. And I have no recollection of ruining somebody's sweater on a date. You're gonna have to give us more details than that. And I don't think I ever been on a date with somebody named Johnny. Um, yeah. Okay, so can I brush my teeth first before we start talking about the performance, the inauguration performance? Let me say this, and y'all could just put it y'all could just put it in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna brush my teeth, and I'm gonna let y'all hit the likes, cause I see it's 77 people in here, and it's 20 likes, so that don't add up, right? That math don't math. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. My biggest fear when I'm wearing black, when I'm brushing my teeth with black on, I wear black all the time. Is it the toothbrush? Hit the thumbs up button, y'all. Is it the toothpaste that's gonna get on my shirt? You know, it looked like I'm brushing hard, but I'm not. If I was, my gums would be bleeding. But yeah, nothing. The spit is white. I'll tell y'all what type of toothbrush this is, but they not paying me. I do like it though. I do really like it. Um, but yeah, I wasn't brushing hard. And you feel like I was brushing fast. You know, with the electric toothbrushes, they have like a timer, right? So you really, isn't it supposed to go like quadrants, right? So you got four quadrants in your mouth, and so it's usually a two. They say you're supposed to brush your teeth for 2 minutes, right? And so you hit every quadrant for 30 seconds. Um, but I'll be brushing my teeth multiple times a day, and probably like 3 times a day, depending on like where I'm at when I'm eating, stuff like that, what I got to do. And so I focus on different areas, different times of the day. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I mean, I always give a thorough brushing, but I really be focused on different like some areas I'll focus more on depending on what time of the day it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know how some people just be brushing the front because that's all they care about. But it's really them back teeth. That's what my dentist. Whenever I go for a cleaning, my dentist be like, and focus on the back teeth. You don't got no problem with your front teeth. Focus on the back teeth. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. I hear you. And I'm high Katie's risk. It runs in my family on the women's side. We have a high risk of getting cavities, and y'all know I love sugar. So I gotta be diligent. I gotta brush. I gotta floss. I gotta be diligent. I gotta drink a lot of water because I consume way too much sugar. Um, Nelly said he a patriot. Okay, let me ask you guys this. How much y'all need to perform at the inauguration of the president that you did not vote for? Now, if you don't vote at all, don't comment. If you didn't vote at all and you had the ability to vote and you did not vote at all, do not cast your vote here today. Okay? Don't cast the unimportant vote. Don't be voting on the weekend live ballot. But if you voted, if you vote, if you exercise your right to vote as a citizen, and if you are not a citizen of the United States, but you are very opinionated and feel very strongly about who you may have voted for if you had the ability to vote, then feel free to how much in US dollars, how much in US dollars do you need to perform at the inauguration of the candidate that you don't mess with? You ain't vote for. How much do you need? Let's see. Excel said he performed for free. Um, Ivan Green, America will be great again tomorrow. Okay. We got some people who voted for Trump. Probably okay, Keisha said 100 million. I love how people be coming in like they about to disturb your peace, and you like, okay. Like, come on. I'm sure I look better than you and got more money than you, so. And more joy in my soul, and more protected and connected to God. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys don't just, you know what I'm saying? You know. Let's see, 100 million, Keisha? Ooh, 100 million is a lot. Okay, Patrick, you said you're Canadian, but you would need 2 million. Tay said, I simply wouldn't take any money and I would not perform. Okay. Tay, what if your grandma need heart surgery or something? What if they about to foreclose on your house and you got 6 kids living in the house? What then you still not gonna perform? Okay, you got a standard price, but for Trump he can't pay you enough. Asia from Brooklyn, the sugar got you like for me too. It's the biggest addiction in the world is sugar. So bigger than drugs, bigger than alcohol. Like I mean, alcohol breaks down the sugar, but it's the biggest addiction and deadliest. I don't have it, but I have to be mindful. But just like everybody got diabetes, people be having diabetes in third world countries. Thank you, Nicole. Hey Valerie, thank you for subscribing. And Seabreeze, you'll be celebrating MLK Day tomorrow. Um, okay, I'm not really gonna put on I'm gonna put on some mascara and some eyeliner, but I'm not putting on anything on my face. Like no face makeup. I can't do it. You know, some days I had to put it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday show. You just need a day off. Okay. So here's the controversy. Snoop, Snoop Deal Double G. Snoop Deal Double G. Everybody was saying Snoop is performing at the inauguration, but Snoop did not technically perform at the inauguration. Technically, Snoop, Doggy Dog, Snoop Doggy Dog. Still I Rise. Thanks for coming to the North Carolina show. Snoop technically did not. Snoop already performed. He performed at a crypto show that did coin Trump as the first crypto president. And he performed. And a lot of people got a problem with it because I think back in like 2017, probably after Trump was probably right after he got in office the first time, Snoop said he was going to roast anybody that performed for him or did, he went on a whole rant on social media and was saying, you know, what he was going to do if anybody decided to perform, if any of the people he knew and felt like they shouldn't perform decided to perform. And so now fast forward, close to 8 years later, he performed at this crypto like party celebration in honor of our incoming president, Donald Trump. And people are like, what was that? How much did they pay you, Snoop? Because remember in 2017, you were saying something. And Snoop probably got y'all on the technicality. Snoop is probably like, okay, so I said I wouldn't perform at the inauguration. I said I was going to roast anybody to perform at the inauguration, but I didn't perform at the inauguration. I performed at a party Friday before the inauguration was on Monday. I'm gonna be right there with everybody else on Monday celebrating MLK Day, but on Friday is when they called me. That's just a regular party. You know how many crypto parties I performed at? Snoop was like, I perform at crypto parties every weekend. I invested in crypto. You know how much? You know what? Wait, hold up. Do y'all know? I rap, I do crypto, and I do weed. That's who I am. So, when you're trying to hold somebody accountable and they get you on a technicality, it's like I remember one of my ex-boyfriends when we was just like friends, like when we first met. He was like, "How old are you?" And I said, "How old do you think I am?" And he said how old he thought. It was much younger than I was. And I was like, "Oh, sure." And then that's the age he thought I was. And we ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. And I forgot that it happened. I forgot that conversation the first time we ever talked. And it wasn't even romantic. I forgot. And then a year into our relationship, and he found out my age. And he was like, "You lied to me." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "You lied to me. You said that you were this age." I said, "No." I just said, "Sure." Like, sure, that's fine for you to think that. He was so mad. He was so mad because I got him on a technicality. He was pissed. Yo, so pissed. I'm telling you, if anybody say sure to him now, it's like a word, he has trauma associated with that word. And it's not because of the lie, it's because, oh shit, technically she didn't lie. Technically, she didn't lie. And he's somebody to stand on like, no, this what it is. So it's like technically. Technically. So Snoop is like, technically. I ain't at the inauguration. I caught a flight out Saturday morning. What y'all talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Snoop. I don't feel so strongly about it because I also don't forget the fact that, like, I think that, Donald Trump, way before he ever entered politics and as the candidate, like, of course, he's a businessman. So he's been in politics for as long as we know him, as most business people and corporations are, right? I mean, I think that's always what Bernie is preaching, like, get the corporations out of our government, right? So Trump been a part of politics for a long time, but before he entered as a candidate, and as a Republic, specifically a Republican candidate, I think he was idolized a lot in hip hop. And so, and with rappers, with Black American male rappers specifically, I don't remember any female rappers. The Brat, Left Eye, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Little Kim, Foxy Brown. Like, I mean, you name them all, Nicki Minaj, none of them. I don't remember any of the female rappers idolizing Donald Trump, but the male rappers, I feel like he was a part of hip hop by way of like Get Money, right? It's funny, I'm singing a Lil Kim song. I mean, it's basically a Biggie song, a Junior Mafia song, but so I'm never really surprised if by some sort of back door there's still some association, some, do you get what I'm saying? Like, also, I think when you reach a certain socioeconomic status, I think it does trump, like, for a lot, no pun intended. I think it does surpass a lot of people's, like, immediate responsibility to their morale. Unfortunately, like, come on, right? The United States of America is capitalism 101. And if we forget that, if it that's how we get caught, like, slipping. If we forget that, I'm not saying that you got to live by that, but that should always be operating in your mind. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. How much money in this? Snoop ain't do it for free. That check was probably nice. That check was probably an easy check. They probably had Snoop be there for 25 minutes tops. Snoop was like, 5 million, 25 minutes. So a million every 5 minutes. And y'all put me on the jet in and out, and I get, yeah. All right, fuck it. When drop it like it's hard. And that party, them people, y'all saw that video. Y'all saw that video where Trump and Elon was at the party. Elon Musk was sitting down, and Trump was like moving to I think he was moving to the music. Looking like a goddamn mummy. So it's like it's just a money. It's just a money grab. But I'm sure Snoop knew that he was going to get some sort of backlash. Snoop's not a dumb man, and he's been in this business a lot, and he has been on the giving side of backlash. Remember how he attacked Gail when she reported the Kobe Bryant's death, and the his past with the alleged rapes and everything. Remember when Snoop attacked Gail King. So he knew he ain't stupid, and he's not novice. He's been in this business for a very long time, longer than some of us been alive. So he knew what was coming. So that means that the payoff. Snoop ain't do it for no $5,500. He ain't do it for no $500,000. No, I don't think so. I think it was a nice ripe 5 million. This Snoop did it for. So, and we have very short memories. We have very short memories. People gonna forget it. Snoop gonna be on Hollywood Squares, or he gonna be at an NBA game, or whatever Snoopy's doing. You know, he gonna be on the side of like he gonna be narrating a boxing match or something, and everybody gonna forget that he had performed at the crypto show for inauguration weekend. Nelly. Nelly was a little bit more surprising, only because Nelly don't pop out like that. You get what I'm saying? Snoop be outside. Snoop been outside since '92, I think. I don't know. But Snoop be outside, right, y'all? Hey, Vanette, thank you. See, Breeze, ain't nobody talking about dinner. What you talking about? Yo, Nenga, that's exactly what I was thinking. I said they not considering. Snoop got Snoop got a wife and a baby, and Ashanti seemed like she don't like no cheap shit. Ashanti seemed like, and you know Ashanti like from New York or something, right? She from like Yonkers, so he probably was like, well, we gonna be in St. Louis, and she was like, we not just gonna be in St. Louis, we gonna have a place in New York. And Nelly was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go do this inauguration. And Ashanti was like, and my baby gonna be my baby going to this private school. My baby is getting everything Blue Ivy got. And Nelly was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go do the inauguration. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go do the inauguration. Ashanti said, oh, you think my baby ain't gonna be hip hop R&B royalty baby? Yeah, so do what you gotta do. And Nelly said, all right, I gotta go do the inauguration. Because Ashanti, let me just tell you what, Ashanti seemed like she don't like no cheap shit. Ashanti said, I ran it back with you. I spent the block. I told you what was required. And Nelly was like, I gotta go do this inauguration because I got a high value woman. I got a high value woman. Her baby hairs alone is an expense every day. Okay, so I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this inauguration because you know a happy wife, happy life. Nelly said, I don't care what none of y'all saying online. I could turn off my phone, but my wife, she is in the other room with my baby. And she got us eating. You know, my other kids, they grew up in St. Louis. And so they was fine. They was eating at the what stores is in St. Louis? You know what I'm saying? They was doing what we do in St. Louis. But this new baby, this is a New York baby. And so they got us eating all organic food. They got us do like, no, I gotta go do the inauguration because, you know, I don't know how many times my wife gonna have to sing, hey baby. Oh baby. Is that the name of the Ashanti song? I love Ashanti songs. Her old stuff, I don't know if she got new stuff, but her old stuff. And you know, Ashanti, only person that got more thigh high boots than Mary J. Blige is Ashanti. You know how much I got a couple of over the knee boots, thigh high boots. Them boots are expensive. Probably like 2 weeks ago, Ashanti they probably got to get packaged to the house. 9 new pair of thigh high boots. Nelly was like, I gotta go do the inauguration. Because she loved her boots. So I gotta go do the inauguration. I watched a little bit. I probably watched like half of it of Willie D. Willie D interview did a quick impromptu interview with Nelly, you know, to talk about like the backlash and Nelly's position. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I feel like Willie D gives some good interviews. I haven't seen a bunch of them, but the ones that I've seen, I feel like he asks great questions. I feel like he has a certain temperament. And because of it, that's probably why a lot of people like that's probably why the interviews don't go viral because they not like he doesn't create an environment that makes you say something wild or look stupid or it doesn't seem like he's trying to get clickbait, but he just gives like really solid interviews, in my opinion. The ones that I've seen. I probably only seen 1% of the interviews, so you know. But I watched half of the one that he did with Nelly, just for timing reasons. I'll probably finish it. And here's my mascara. And put a little bit of this on my cheeks. Bring some color to my face. Y'all see, I look so pale because it's snowing in New York, and I was just out in the street in the cold. But I ain't put on no face makeup. You see already color. Ooh, look at that. So Nelly said that the reason why he did it is he reminded everybody by way of Willie D's platform that he was like a army kid, that he grew up on a lot of bases, and so for him patriotism is really high. So he said it's not about who's in office. He said he would have performed for anybody in office. He said that if Kamala was in office, if Biden was in office, Trump is not. He said so he's not performing for the actual president. He's performing for the office. He respects the office of presidency. He was honored to be asked to perform, and that is why he accepted it. And it's not why, and him deciding to perform is no reflection of his allyship or his support of Donald Trump. That was Nelly's position. He also went on to say, like, oh, people could be mad at whatever they want. I thought that they messed with me. He was talking about his fans. He talked about all the people, because, if you go on X, it's like a lot of people saying, I'll never play Nelly again. Oh, Nelly is dead to me. People, online, y'all gotta, we say now I'm gonna say we because I'm just inclusive, but you know who you are. You say the worst things online. The worst thing. I ain't some of the things that I read online, I never even thought. My nice brain, my sensible personality, I don't even think some of the thoughts that y'all be saying, typing out. It's like, it's absurd. Anyway, I'm gonna put on some mascara, and then I'm gonna put on a hat, because clearly my braids need some refreshing. But don't worry, I'm in New York doing a gig. So y'all gonna see me one of these days with professional makeup on. Professional. I was gonna say, should I lay my baby hairs? Should I lay my edges? They will already be kind of laying by themselves, but should I? But no, I'm gonna put on a hat, so I don't need it. So Nelly was like, the people who support me, like, I thought y'all supported me because of the stuff that I give back to my community, the stuff that the scholarship funds that I start, the people that I take care of. I thought that's why y'all loved me. I didn't think that y'all loved me based on one performance that I did. If they ain't got really nothing to do with my political affiliation. He even said, and I talked to my friend about this. Earlier today, I talked to my friend about this specifically, another comedian, and he said the same thing. I said, how much would you need to perform at Trump's inauguration? And he said, it wouldn't be the first thing I would want to do. He said, but I think it's different to perform at the inauguration than perform at the RNC. He said, like, I wouldn't have performed at any of the rallies or any of the RNC because that is in service of getting him into the office. But once he's in the office, what can you do about that? Like, he's the president. You performing or not performing doesn't help or hinder his vote. He already won. So why wouldn't I perform, especially if they're paying me astronomically and I got to buy my wife thigh-high boots? Why wouldn't I perform if nothing about me performing changes the results of the election? And that was the point that that didn't even come to my mind. Not that it doesn't make sense to me, but my friend said that a few hours ago, and then when I was watching the Willie D interview with Nelly said the same thing. Nelly was like I performed at a Kamala rally. That's who I tried to. He said, I'm not even comfortable. He said, I don't even know enough about politics to tell people who to vote for. He said, that's never been my position as a public figure. I'm like paraphrasing. I'm changing the way he said it, but this is what he said. He was like, I've never been the one to send people to go vote. All I asked y'all to do was buy some Air Force Ones and some big ass t-shirts, right? Now, Nelly, he ain't, He said, I ain't never tell y'all who to vote for. He said, because I don't know enough. I admittedly don't even know enough. I don't feel versed enough to send people out. He said, because you find out one thing about a candidate, you think you voting for one thing, and then you find out these three other things, right? He also said something. He was like, he said, because Willie D asked him something about, like, kind of like the things that Trump has been in favor for over the years, bringing up, like, of course, like the exonerated five, bringing up, like, denying rent to certain residents in New York City and all of that type of stuff. And Nelly was like, I mean, I think it's better for you to be, I think it's more, I think it make more sense for somebody to be racist back in the day. I don't want you to be racist now, but if you racist back in the day. And then he brought up the crime bill, the 94 crime bill that of course Biden is responsible for. And he was like, and like everybody mad at who he wasn't renting for to in New York. That's a state. But the 94 crime bill, that affected everybody in the country. Nelly had his talking points. Nelly said, I'm going down, down, baby, yo street in a Range Rover. Y'all think y'all coming for me? Oh, you think you coming for me? No, no, no. Ashanti probably wrote up the points. Let me tell you what to say. Because what we not going to do is lose our three houses because you trying to be popular. Let me tell you what to say. Because Ashanti probably like averaged like a B plus in school. She seemed like she was a bright student. And not that any of her career show, but I just, girls just be bright. Most of us. She seemed like she easily was like a B student. You know what I'm saying? And she could sing. And so she was like, let me just finish high school and then go get this record deal. So she probably wrote up his talking points. Because he had them on Willie D. It's a hard interview to listen to because they start to talk about themselves in the third person. He said, because, Nelly ain't going to do this. And I thought Nelly was going to do that. But Nelly going to do this. And I was like, ain't that you? Anywho, Nelly said that he performed in support of Kamala when it was leading up to the election because he was trying to help her get votes. He said, but it's like at this point, it's like this is not a for or against anybody. This is, I believe in the office of the President of the United States, whoever is in there, and that's why I'm going to vote. I don't think it's like a major threat Nelly streaming. You know what I'm saying? Again, I think it's the same as Snoop. Two things. I think it's like I think he got paid, I think it's like, I always be saying this to y'all, follow the money. The money probably made sense enough for the backlash, And both these men, they've been in this industry for so long. They know. Here's the thing. Forget the industry, forget the public. Y'all remember when Nelly was with Ashanti the first time? And I say this loving them both. Let me tell you what I love. Hot in. So hot in her. Good gracious, ass is bodacious. Listen. Hot in. I was on a red carpet years ago. Years ago with the St. Lunatics. Not with the St. Lunatics, but like when the St. Lunatics was like hot and Nelly was hot, all of that stuff. And Murphy Lee. I was telling somebody this the other day. Murphy Lee came up to me and was like, you are beautiful. But he was so short. He was tiny. And I had on heels. I said, oh my God, Murphy Lee. That is Murphy Lee down there. He was standing right next to me. That is Murphy Lee down there. I love hot in. So hot in her. But I remember when Nelly and Ashanti was together back in the day. And when they broke up, Ashanti did a little bit of a smear campaign. I don't know if you guys remember this. And she was saying that Nelly did her wrong and Nelly owed her money. Remember that? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? I need to know if y'all remember that. Because I was like, not Nelly. And then Nelly came out defending himself like, what? I adopted all my sister's kids. I do this. I ain't no deadbeat. I don't owe nobody money. This is what I do. I take care of people. I don't take from people. Y'all don't remember that? Yeah, we know Chrisette. We know she performed at the first Trump inauguration, and and people tore her apart too. People tore, but I think that Nelly is probably more known, and I think Nelly's more popular than she is. Um, anywho, anywho, we gonna forget about it. If Ashanti could forget that Nelly owe her a whole bunch of money from way back in the day, and she still had his baby and marry him, we definitely gonna forget that Nelly performing at the Trump inauguration. Let me get my mascara. I'll be right back. Y'all don't remember that? Nelly and Ashanti have the reality show come. Do they? Oh, that's why he put. Okay, okay. So he got something to. Okay, wait. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. What's their reality show about? It's gonna have to be fun, because if it's not fun, it's not gonna be good, because they not gonna have no drama. They not them type of people. You know, Ashanti, she don't. Ashanti don't play that. Ashanti said, when they go low, I just be quiet. I'll let y'all talk amongst yourself. But Ashanti don't play that. Ashanti ain't gonna be out nowhere arguing, fighting, doing nothing. Ashanti is for a good time. She like loving on her man, singing in the studio and having a good time. And like, doing her little bikini shots and laying her edges. Ashanti, and putting her hair in a bun and putting on her thigh high boots. Ashanti do not play. She is very simple. So she ain't gonna be out here with no drama. You said it's about the baby. The baby ain't even a year yet. How the show about the baby? And they said she pregnant again, so you know. Oh, she pregnant again. Y'all, he had to do the inauguration. Ashanti pregnant again? He had to do the inauguration. You gotta have some income to take care of Ashanti. Ashanti seemed like she like chocolates flown in from Paris. Ashanti seemed like she'll send you to the store 4 times to get it right. I'm making Ashanti me. Y'all see how much difference a mascara makes? Ain't that crazy? Just mascara, just on the top eyelash. Yeah, if they got another baby and a reality show coming, Nelly. But you know what? That's the sad thing about life. So Nelly's on this Willie D interview, and he's saying, he's explaining all the reasons. He's trying to really give us justifiable reasons, not us, because I don't care. The public, justifiable reasons. He's trying to like make it make sense, but really, it would probably be more fun if he'd be like, yeah, and my address is ABCD Nelly Avenue, Country Grammar Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri. Come see me if you want to see me. And then what you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? I mean, I think that's why people love like Nene Leakes, because Nene said, I said what I said. But don't everybody be saying it, and then when they backtrack, they be like, okay, so here's what happened. But you gotta have Nene Leakes energy. I said what I said. I performed where I performed. I said, I said what I said. You said Ashanti isn't mean, just a woman with standards. Oh yeah, no, who said Ashanti was mean? Did somebody say that in the comments? Don't change my words. Somebody came to me and was like, who was the 3 comics? Remember the Michelle Obama story, if y'all watched the podcast? And they was like, who was the 3 comics you was talking about in the Michelle Obama story? I said, comics? What you talking about? She said, you said comics. I said, I did not say comics, because they weren't comics. There's no way I would call them comics if they're the opposite of comics. There's no way I would call them comics if they're not comics. And she was like, you said it. I said, go back and listen. I definitely did not call those three amigas comics. And she was like, you did. And I said, go back. You making it what you want it to be. I said, I told a funny story. I made everybody funny in the story because I'm funny. So you might think that they were comedians. But I never said that. Go back and listen. She was like, oh, yeah. So who said Ashanti was mean? I said Ashanti was a B student and gave him good talking points. Who said she was mean? My eyebrows are thick but patchy. Like this one is like nice and thick, but this one I have a lot of scars. You see that scar? And so it grows in really patchy. But guess what? I don't care. I don't do no tints. I don't do no. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Oh, it's 4:06. Okay, I gotta go. Where's my hat? I'm really supposed to wear this hat like this, but it covers my eyes. It obstructs my view when I wear it like that, so I can't. But it keeps my head very warm. People be loving this hat. Okay, you guys. I think that's it for the weekend live. Dang, should I put on a turtleneck? No, I'm probably gonna be in the car for most of it. That's it. I gotta go. But this was fun. This was fun. That's the thing. Okay, so there's no more TikTok right now, right? Maybe it's temporary. But that's the thing about it is now I got to go search for stuff. Like even last night, I wanted to see Dave Chappelle's monologue on SNL. And no lie, you guys, the moment I would have got to my hotel after both my shows, what is this? The lighting. The moment I would have got to my hotels after both my shows, as soon as I opened up TikTok, the first thing it would have showed me was Dave Chappelle's SNL monologue. That's the thing I'm gonna miss about TikTok for now. It just give you what you need right when you need it. You know what I'm saying? So like when I had to go search for it. So now I want to see this Nelly performance. So hot in. Let me get my scarf. So hot in her. So hot in. It is going to get hot in here because I got on so many layers and I'm still inside. But y'all know I'm one of them people. I be cold all the time. Wait, let me get my scarf. So we're going to have to search for the Nelly performance. We're going to have to search for the Nelly performance. But if we had TikTok, the moment we opened our TikTok app on Monday, we would have seen the Nelly performance. We'd have seen everything we needed to see about the inauguration, but now we got to search it. Anywho. Okay, you guys. This has been fun. I'll see y'all Wednesday for a new episode of I'm Reasonable. Of course, I'll be taping from New York because I'm in New York. So make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday. There will be an episode available for you guys. 9 a.m. Eastern Time. 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Okay? No, I watched it, bang. I found it. My whole point is that I didn't want to look for it. But I found the interview and watched it. Anyway. Okay. Wait, you said EB TikTok is back? New York City, Sadiqa, New York City tickets are live. Oh, that's what I should say before I go. I am performing in New York City April 4th. Those tickets are live. April 4th at the City Winery. Those tickets are on sale now. And let me just tell you what. When they sell out, they're going to say, Zainab, can we add another show? I'm going to say no. Because that's what I do. In D.C., they asked me. Right as the tickets sold out, they said, can we add a Sunday show? I said no. No. Get the tickets. When I tell you I get the tickets, get the tickets. I'm in Pittsburgh, February 6th through the 8th. I'm in Chicago, February 21st through the 23rd. I'm in Tempe, March 8th. I'm in Toronto. April 11th and 12th. I'm in Portland, Maine, April 13th. I'm in New York, April 4th. All these tickets are on sale right now. If you go to my page, there's the links to the tickets. They're on my website, zainabjohnson.com. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I'll talk to you guys on Unreasonable Wednesday. Okay? All right, and bye.